Question 1. Your company has just launched a new central employee registry server which contains all of the public employee registration information of each staff in the company. The management teams from other departments who have their servers located in different VPCs need to connect to the central repository server to continue their work. How will you implement the new architecture of the new server given these circumstances? Answer. Link each of the team's VPCs to the central server VPC using VPC peering. Question 2. You are working as a solutions architect for a leading media company. There is a requirement to copy information to or from the shared resource in the other AWS account. You have to provide the other account access to several AWS resources such as S3, KMS and Amazon S, in the form of a list of AWS account ID numbers. In addition, the user in the other account should still work in the trusted account and there is no need to give up his or her user permissions in place of the role permissions. You must also set up a solution that continuously assess, audit, and monitor the policy configurations. Which of the following is the most suitable type of policy that you should use in this scenario? Answer. Set up cross-account access with a resource-based policy. Use AWS config rules to periodically audit changes to the IAM policy and monitor the compliance of the configuration. Question 3. A fintech startup has developed a cloud-based payment processing system which accepts credit card payments as well as cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin, Ripple and the likes. The system is deployed in AWS which uses EC2, DynamoDB, S3, and CloudFront to process the payments. Since they are accepting credit card information from the users, they are required to be compliant with the Payment Card Industry Data Security Standard, PCI DSS. On the recent third-party audit, it was found that the credit card numbers are not properly encrypted and hence, their system failed the PCI DSS compliance test. You were hired by the fintech startup to solve this issue so they can release the product in the market as soon as possible. In addition, you also have to improve performance by increasing the proportion of your viewer requests that are served from CloudFront Edge caches instead of going to your origin servers for content. In this scenario, what is the best option to protect and encrypt the sensitive credit card information of the users and to improve the cache hit ratio of your CloudFront distribution? Answer. Configure the CloudFront distribution to enforce secure end-to-end connections to origin servers by using HTTPS and field-level encryption. Configure your origin to add a cache control max age directive to your objects, and specify the longest practical value for max age to increase your cache hit ratio. Question 4. Your organization is looking to quickly migrate their legacy system to AWS and be able to scale it to meet their business needs. Optimization of the existing application and its components is out of the question since they don't have the budget and the time to accommodate these changes. However, they are planning to re-architect their systems once these components are already migrated and running properly in the cloud. Which of the following migration strategies is the most suitable one to execute in this scenario? Answer. Rehost. Question 5. A government agency has multiple VPCs in various AWS regions across the United States that need to be linked up to an on-premises central office network in Washington, D.C. The central office requires inter-region VPC access over a private network that is dedicated to each region for enhanced security and more predictable data transfer performance. Your team is tasked to quickly build this network mesh and to minimize the management overhead to maintain these connections. Which of the following options is the most secure, highly available, and durable solution that you should use to set up this kind of interconnectivity? Answer. Utilize AWS Direct Connect Gateway for inter-region VPC access. Create a virtual private gateway in each VPC, then create a private virtual interface for each AWS Direct Connect connection to the Direct Connect Gateway. Question 6. You are a cloud engineer and currently managing an enterprise financial auditing system that generates regular analytics reports from your firm's application log files. All log data are collected in an Amazon S3 bucket which are then processed by a daily Amazon Elastic MapReduce job. It generates daily reports and aggregated tables in CSV format, which is stored in another S3 bucket and then transferred to an Amazon Redshift data warehouse. Your manager tasked you to optimize the cost structure for this system. Which of the following options will lower costs without compromising performance or data integrity? Answer. Launch a combination of spot and reserved EC2 instances for Amazon EMR jobs, then use reserved instances for Amazon Redshift. Choose the Amazon S3 Intelligent Tiering Storage class to store all data in S3. Question 7. The telecommunications company that you are working for will do a major public announcement for a new phone offer, and it is expected that there would be millions of people who will access their website to get the new offer. Their e-commerce platform is running on an auto-scaling group of on-demand EC2 instances deployed across multiple availability zones. For the database tier, the platform is using an Amazon RDS database in a multi-OS deployments configuration. Their e-commerce site performs a high number of small reads and writes per second to handle customer transactions and relies on an eventual consistency model. The operations team identified that there is red contention on RDS MySQL database after conducting a series of performance tests. Which combination of options should you implement to provide a fast, cost-efficient, and scalable solution? Select 2. Answer. Set up read replicas in each availability zone and implement an in-memory cache using Amazon Elasti-Cache. Question 8. The Department of Education just recently decided to leverage on AWS cloud infrastructure to supplement their current on-premises network. They are building a new learning portal that teaches kids basic computer science concepts and provides innovative gamified courses for teenagers where they can gain higher rankings, power-ups and badges. A solutions architect is instructed to build a highly available cloud infrastructure in AWS with multiple availability zones. The department wants to increase the application's reliability and gain actionable insights using application logs. A solutions architect needs to aggregate logs, automate log analysis for errors, and immediately notify the IT operations team when errors breached a certain threshold. Which of the following is the most suitable solution that the architect should implement? Answer. Download and install the Amazon CloudWatch agent in the on-premises servers and send the logs to Amazon CloudWatch logs. Create a metric filter in CloudWatch to turn log data into numerical metrics to identify and measure application errors. Create a CloudWatch alarm that monitors the metric filter and immediately notify the IT operations team for any issues. Question 9. You currently operate a sports web portal that covers the latest cricket news in Australia. You manage the main AWS account, which has multiple AWS regions. The online application is hosted on a fleet of on-demand EC2 instances and an RDS database, which are also deployed to other AWS regions. Your IT security compliance officer has given you the task of developing a reliable and durable logging solution to track changes made to all of your EC2, IAM, and RDS resources in all of the AWS regions. The solution must ensure the integrity and confidentiality of your log data. Which of the following solutions would be the best option to choose? Answer. Create a new trail in AWS CloudTrail with the Global Services option selected, and create one new Amazon S3 bucket to store the logs. Create IAM roles, S3 bucket policies, and enable multi-factor authentication, MFA, delete on the S3 bucket storing your logs. Question 10. An innovative business process outsourcing, BPO, startup is planning to launch a scalable and cost-effective call center system using AWS. The system should be able to receive inbound calls from thousands of customers and generate user contact flows. Callers must have the capability to perform basic tasks such as changing their password or checking their balance without them having to speak to a call center agent. It should also have advanced deep learning functionalities such as automatic speech recognition, ASR, to achieve highly engaging user experiences and lifelike conversational interactions. A feature that allows the solution to query other business applications and send relevant data back to callers must also be implemented. Which of the following is the most suitable solution that the solutions architect should implement? Answer. Set up a cloud-based contact center using the Amazon Connect service. Create a conversational chatbot using Amazon Lex with automatic speech recognition and natural language understanding to recognize the intent of the caller, then integrate it with Amazon Connect. Connect the solution to various business applications and other internal systems using AWS Lambda functions.